Hi everyone, I thought I would chat to you about why I collect some of these natural objects. So, sheep's wool for me represents obviously the renewal and the fact that obviously it keeps coming, like keeps growing every year, represents hope and comfort and warmth. And the rose petals represent love, and I just like the colours of them. And obviously with the sheep's wool, I like I like connections with the earth and nature, and I like to collect objects like that because I'm not always in nature, living in the middle of a town. I've got these fossilized seashells for the connection to the sea and also that sort of ancient energy. And I love things like this anyway. I'm fascinated by the fact that these creatures were alive millions of years ago. It's just something that fascinates me. The reason I've collected these seashells and some beach sand is I could use these in any rituals connected to the ocean or anything. And also it's nice as a memory keepsake of the trip because I don't get to go to the ocean very often because I live very far away. I've got some tree bark again for that connection to the forest and the woodland. And I've got pine cones for the same reason, and also pine cones can be used for pine cone wishes and other things like that. And then there's these little acorns and their cups. Acorns represent strength because they grow into mighty oak trees. And I've collected these sycamore seeds just because I like them and they remind me of my childhood where we used to throw them in the air and watch them helicopter down to the ground. So that's more about remembering the fun of my childhood. Then I've got some more acorns and acorn cups in this little jar, again to represent strength, and also these are offerings to Gaia on my Gaia altar. You can carry an acorn in your pocket if you want to give yourself strength for the day. I've also got more pine cones. These ones are just offerings to Gaia, and I just like to give Gaia natural objects. Here on the Kanunos altar, I've got some acorns and acorn cups again, rose petals, some nice looking pebbles that I've found. I've also got a sprig of rosemary for protection, and I've got some rose petals for love and the pine cones to represent the forest, as well as the sycamore seeds, and the stones to represent nature as well. I've got more pebbles and I've got some thistle that I've put on there. There is a correspondence for thistle. I'll just try and find it because I can't remember off the top of my head. And I've got some moss for that connection to the forest as well. Thistle can be used for healing, protection and purification. You can burn it and use it as an offering. Here I've used it as an offering. More gemstones and interesting stones and pebbles that I've found as offerings. And this is a big piece of stone that I found on the beach. It's got lots of little fossilised shell imprints in it. And I've got a piece of wood from a tree that I had to cut down a little bit. Just try to shorten it, and I carved this as a little tree spirit as an offering back to say, sorry I had to cut this down and offer that back. Here's some sand. I use sand a lot in my practice because again it gives me that connection to the ocean, and I love the feeling of sand. And I've got white sand for like purity and relaxing and calming working. So this is like a relaxation candle that I made with some pink Himalayan salt. Again, another pine cone that I've collected as an offering. And then you'll notice that I've collected lots of white stones, gemstones and just marble stones and all sorts. And I have those as offerings to Celine as well. And yeah, I just like collecting all these natural objects. I've also got some tree bark in here and some birch bark as well, and flower petals and rose petals. There's a whole mixture in this jar, and I just like that connection to nature and being able to hold something from nature in my hand. And also I've got this spiky seashell you'll see at the bottom. I'll show you a closer up picture in a second. That's a mollusk shell, and obviously mollusk shells and like snail shells represent protection because they carry their home around them. And I like this one because it's quite spiky, so I imagine that's quite protective. And that's why I collect the natural objects I do. Hope you found this video interesting. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.